Imagine this. You're a Thracian. You've got an incredible mustache, a sword that looks like it was designed for maximum intimidation, and a legendary ability to drink wine like it's water. Life is good. You raid a little, fight a little, drink a lot. Everything is going great. And then, out of nowhere, bam, Rome shows up. And not in a, hey, let's be friends kind of way. More like a, hey, this place looks nice, it's ours now situation. The Thracians, naturally, had some objections to this, but Rome wasn't exactly famous for taking no as an answer. What followed was years of war, betrayals, and forced relocations that made a Thracian wish they had just taken up pottery instead of warfare. This is the ridiculous, tragic, and slightly wine-soaked story of how the Thracians got displaced by Rome. Rome had been eyeing Thrace for a while. It had rich lands, a warrior culture that could be extremely useful in the Roman military, and most importantly, it was inconveniently in the way of Rome's plans for world domination. To the Romans, Thrace was like an empty lot in a prime location, just begging to be turned into another Roman province. The problem? Thrace wasn't exactly empty. The people living there had strong opinions about Roman expansion, and most of those opinions involved swords. The Thracians weren't the type to just roll over. They lived for battle. Their entire culture was built around warfare, and they took great joy in fighting off invaders. So when Rome started creeping into their territory, the Thracians responded the only way they knew how, by completely wrecking some Romans. Roman commanders were used to fighting organized armies that stood in neat little formations. Thracians, they did do formations. They fought in the forests, struck fast, disappeared into the mountains, then did it all over again. It was absolute chaos. But Rome had a secret weapon: sheer stubbornness. After getting ambushed more times than they'd like to admit, the Romans regrouped, reinforced their legions, and decided that if Thrace wasn't going to willingly become part of the empire, they'd just take it by force. By 46 CE, Emperor Claudius had had enough. Rome officially annexed Thrace, absorbing it into the empire, and that's when things really went downhill for the Thracians. Once Rome had control, they did what they did: stress shuffle everything like a bored god playing a game of chess. Thracians were forcibly relocated, scattered across different provinces, and enlisted in the Roman military whether they wanted to be or not. Their culture, once so fiercely independent, started fading as Roman customs took over. Some Thracians adapted, gaining Roman citizenship and climbing the ranks of society. Others, especially those who refused to submit, were either exiled, enslaved, or simply lost in the vast machinery of the empire. Their identity, once so distinct, slowly blurred into the Roman world. And just like that, the Thracians, once feared and respected warriors, became just another group absorbed into Rome's ever-growing empire. Their lands were Roman, their people were scattered, and their way of life was gone. And that, my friends, is how the Thracians got steamrolled by Rome. Their culture almost wiped out. Their land taken. Their wine probably confiscated for some senator's dinner party. But here's the crazy part: traces of Thracian culture still exist today. Some words, traditions, and even Bulgarian folklore have Thracian roots. So, were the Thracians truly erased, or did they pull a sneaky one on Rome and survive in unexpected ways? Hit the comments. Do you think the Thracians got the short end of the stick, or was this just another chapter in Rome's long history of "we take everything"? Oh, and if you enjoyed this history lesson, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because next time, we're diving into another ancient civilization that Rome really shouldn't have messed with. Plot twist: Rome may have taken their land, but Thracian wine, still around. That's right. If you've ever had Bulgarian wine, you just might be drinking like a Thracian. So in the end, did Rome really win? Or did the Thracians get the last laugh?